Hey there, real quick before we begin, you're about to watch a live stream, which means you're really kind of behind the scenes here because these lessons are usually watched in the archives, but you're here for the live taping of them. So if we mess up really bad, we're probably going to chop that out, but you're going to get to see all of our bloopers and mistakes. We'll also chop this off, so no one is going to see this part of the lesson but you. And because you're behind the scenes, you're probably going to ignore my instructions when I say, like, pause the video and go practice or whatever. You can if you want. It's just that everyone in the chat room then will be in different places in the video. That's fine. When you want to join us live again, go down to the bottom of the video, click on the live button, and that should take you straight to where we actually are now. So now here comes the part for everybody else. I'm really glad you're with us. The archives are fine, but my favorite is talking to you live. So see you in the chat room. Welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and as you can tell from the countdown clock here, the lesson is about to begin. If this is your first time playing piano, welcome. I'm very excited for you. You're going to do great. Hopefully you already received from us the welcome packet in the mail, and maybe you even got started on the Absolute Beginners video pack to teach you the names of the notes and things like that. But if not, that's fine. You'll do great. I'll show you how to play all the notes. And if I'm going too fast for you, you can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. You can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. And even if you only learn a little bit of this song and you don't learn the whole thing, you'll still learn enough to help you build skills so you can learn other songs faster in the future. So jump in, give it a try. You're bound to end up at least a little bit better than you even are right now. Throughout the lesson, I may refer to Raffle Academy, and you can check out that link on the website if you want. Basically, it's a program that takes you all the way from learning the names of the notes, the very beginning, through 12 levels of classical and jazz music, through all the skills that you would need to become a professional pianist. So you would learn all the same stuff that you would learn if you're taking regular traditional piano lessons, probably plus a little bit more, but it takes about 5 to 10 years to complete. So you can just try out the first level, see if it's the kind of thing that you like, or if you just care about today's lesson and learning this song, then just ignore all those references and focus on today's lesson. If you're watching this at LearnPianoLive.com, there should be a PDF and an MP3 button right next to this video. The MP3 is a play-along track that you can use to practice more after the lesson, but a lot of students like to print out the PDF right now so they have it during the lesson. Careful, it could be up to like 30 pages, so just find the couple pages that you want and print those out. If you decide not to, that's fine. I'll show you all of the notes on screen as we go through it. And we will be going through 5 different levels of this song that all use the same play-along track. So even if you've never played piano before, you'll still be able to do level 1. And then as we go through level 2, 3, 4, and 5, then when we use that same play-along track, you just keep playing your same version. If you're watching this lesson in the archives and you have a question during the lesson, then feel free to click on that survey button. And at the end of the survey, there's a place for you to ask your question, and I will do my best to get back to you with the answer to that question. But if you're with us live as we're recording this today, then feel free to click on that chat button, and you can talk with all the other students who are logged in during the live lesson. And if you have a question about the lesson, then you can just go ahead and type that into the box that says, Ask Jamin a question, and we will do our best to answer that question live in the lesson. All right, I think that's the end of the boring stuff. I'm ready to learn a song. Stay tuned at the end of the lesson and I'll show you how to win more points and earn more prizes next week. But for right now, let's get this party started. Hello and welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and usually sitting right over here is the incomparable Kendra, but today is just you and me, and we're gonna be playing this song. Okay, so this is the song from Peanuts, from Snoopy, from Charlie Brown. And so like this song and another song get confused all the time. So let me just make sure you're at the right lesson for the right song. So there's a song that a lot of people think is a Christmas song that goes like this. So that one is in the holiday special, but that one is called Linus and Lucy, and it's in pretty much all of the Snoopy, all the Charlie Brown movies. So that's a different song. Today we're doing the one that's called Christmastime is Here, that actually is supposed to be a Christmas song, but it also gets used in a lot of non-Christmassy Snoopy stuff. And this one sounds like this. Super slow and kind of sad. So those are kind of the two main songs. So this is the actual Christmas one, but this is the one that not everyone thinks of when they think of Christmas Snoopy, that sometimes they think of. So that is Linus and Lucy. We've already done that song before, so go check that one out in the archives. But if you're here for this one, then cool, we can do that one together. Let's jump in here and see. Let me throw the letters on here. There we go. All right, so this song right here is gonna start on a B. Now, it looks super duper long, and it is, but let me make this a little bit easier for you. This section right here, it's also really slow, so you've got lots of time on all the notes and stuff to like make all the transitions. So in that way, it's kind of easier. That section right there, we're gonna call that the A section. That's the exact same thing as this section right here. So we're gonna also call that the A section right there. So if you learn the first two lines, you know the next two lines. So you basically don't even have to learn the next two lines. Now, the next two lines right here, this is different. This is super different, but still super slow, so you can do it. So that we're gonna call that the B section. Then down here, this is the exact same thing that we played already twice in a row. So we're gonna call this the A section. So the same exact notes. So once you learn the notes for the A section, you're like 75% done with the song already. Then the B section is all you have to learn after that. So really all we gotta do is learn two sections. It's really just 4 lines long, even though it looks ginormous. It's over 2 pages here, but we're just gonna learn this first section here, and it's gonna start on a B. So in order to find a B, you just gotta take any group of 3 black notes, and actually let me see if I can make the letters a little easier. There we go. Take any group of 3 black notes and take the one that is on the right, and we're gonna drag it up a little bit to the right. So we're gonna drag that one up, and we'll land on a B every single time. So that one right there is the one that you want. That's a B, and we're gonna jump from there over the one right next to it, which would be an A, and we would land on a G, which doesn't make any sense until you remember that on piano we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then it all starts back over again, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So G and A are always right next to each other anyway. So we're gonna play a B, and then skip over A, and land on a G. And if this is your first song or 2 or 3, that's probably super weird, and it is super weird, but you'll get used to it. The G and A are always right next to each other. So we're gonna play a B, and then we're gonna play a G, and we're gonna play another G, and then we're gonna skip again down to this note right here. It happens to be an E. You don't have to know what the letters are. It's fine. If you can play that one right there that was on top of the group of 3 black notes, and then skip down, and then skip down, you've got the first like 4 notes of the song, and again, it's really super slow, so you'll be able to do this. And you're gonna say out loud the letters, or the words, because we always say the words out loud. Christmas time is, and I'll let you preview that next one there, because it's the same letter too. So here is also an E. So we're gonna play a B and say Chris. We're gonna jump down to a G and say Mass, and then play another G and say time, and then skip down again and say is here. And all together, that would sound like this. Christmas time is here. Once you learn that, you already know this next section too, because that's the same as the first section. So do the exact same thing again, but this time we just change the words happiness and cheer. Okay, cool. So we've got Christmas time is here, happiness and cheer. So far, we've just had to learn 3 notes. Next, we're gonna play that same E that we ended on. So we landed on that E for cheer. We're gonna play that exact same E down here for fun, and we're gonna skip down again. Yeah, lots of skipping in this song. So we go from here down to that note. That one happens to be called a C, and we're gonna say for all when we play that C twice. So again, these are the notes we've used so far. A B, and then we skipped, and then we skipped, and then we skipped. So those are all the notes so far, and we would be down to fun for all. Now, if that one's a C, the one right next to it would be a B, and we'd say that. And if right now you are feeling like, oh, I had that and now I don't know if I can do it, that's normal. We were just covering a whole lot of notes. So make sure you pause the video and you practice wherever you need to, so you can learn all of the notes and come back when you feel really confident about the part that you already have. As soon as I start feeling like it starts feeling like I'm overwhelming you, then just stop the video and practice the part that you already have. That's totally normal. It's a lot of notes, but we'll get through them. So then after that B for the word that, we're gonna skip back over that C that we played before and say chilled. Cool. Back to the B, we're gonna say Ren, and then another B for call. So again, there's a lot of notes here, but all together would sound like this, and this will take some practice time. If this is your first song or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, this might take a couple weeks to practice it up, but eventually it'll sound like this. Christmas time is here. And then we do all that again, but say different words. Happiness and cheer. And then we'd start here for the second line and say, fun for all that children call. Okay, we're almost done with the A section, and you know that once we're done with the A section, we're basically done with the song, except for the B section. So then this next one right here has this big, like, it's, in my mind, it's a half a heart, because if you did the same thing on the other side, it would look like a heart. So it's like a half a heart on a string, I guess. I don't know. Whatever that sign is, we call that in music the flat sign, and that means go slightly lower. So we were on a B. This note is not B, it's B flat. So we want to go slightly lower than a B. So instead of playing that one, we're going to play that one right there, that black note. It's slightly lower, slightly more to the left than the B is. And then we're going to go down a little bit more and we would land on an A, and that's those 3 notes right there. So it'd be call their fave. And we're almost done. Skip from an A up to a C, and we're on to that one. Back down to the A, back up to the C, and then up 1 note for the word year, landing on a D, and that's all the A sections. You've now learned half the song, because we just got to do all of that again, and then the B section, and then all of that again. So let's try the 2 A sections together. I'm going to be zoomed out here a little bit, but of course you can print out this page and just work on that one page. But this is page 6 out of like a 30-page document, so don't try to print out the whole thing, or else you're going to use up all of your mom's ink, and then she's going to be mad at me. So just print out the pages that you need. We're going to start here on a B, and we're going to say out loud together, try it with me, Christmas time is here. Cool. If you got that, keep going with me. If not, rewind it and try it again. Happiness and cheer. We'll move on to the second line. Fun for all that children call, here comes that B flat, their favorite time of, and then up to the D for year. Okay, once you have rewound and practiced that, and you've got the whole entire A section down, you're ready to try the next 2 lines, which should be the same exact notes, but it's going to be a little bit tricky because you got to say different words. It'd go like this. Snowflakes in the air. So you can see the same notes, just different words. Carols everywhere. And then the next line would be olden times and ancient rhymes of love and dream, to share. And then we're ready for the B section. So we're going to go ahead and take a little bit of time here and get the B section down. But again, if you were feeling like, oh yeah, I can totally do this, and then we got to the whole entire A section, you're like, oh no, I can't do it, then just go back and practice that A section. Don't even worry about the B section. The A section is the most popular section anyway. And if you have that done and you're still interested in the song, then come back and do the B section. Otherwise, just move on and do a different song. There's no rules that say you have to complete the song, unless your mom said so. And then I guess there's a rule that you got to complete the song. Let's
go on to this G right here. So in order to find a G, again, this is like the second note that you played. So if you played Christmastime, it'd be a G right there. It's also always right underneath the middle note in a group of 3 black notes. So you could use the 3 black notes again to find the G, or you could just know it's the second note that we played. And we're gonna play that one and then go to this E flat right here. Now I'm gonna give you just a second to see if you can find an E flat on your own, because we did that before with that flat sign. So if we had this G and we want to go to an E flat, first go to the E. So that would be down here. So skipping over the F. So that's an E, but that's not the note we're supposed to play, because we're supposed to play the note that's slightly lower than E. We're supposed to play an E flat. So that's the note right there that we're going to aim for. Sleigh bells. Cool. And then another one of those for in, and then we're back up to G, the air. And that whole section right there is gonna get repeated right over here, but just with the words beauty everywhere. Yeah. Okay, cool. One line left in the B section. We've done all of the notes for the whole entire song. Here we go. This one right here, this is kind of a weird symbol. This one means we know we lied to you before, but this time we're not lying. Before we said play an E, but it was really an E flat, and we gave you the little flat sign, but you wanted to play an E, but you really had to play an E flat. This one is a really real, for real, natural E. So this is called a natural sign right there. So we're gonna play G down to E natural, regular old, plain old E. And we're gonna say Yule tide by the, and then, yes, do that again. The G-E-E, fireside, and we're almost there. We're almost there. 2 F's and joyful memories there. And then you've played all the notes for the whole song. We do have to do the A section again, so that would sound like this. Christmas time is here. We'll be drawing near. Oh, that we could always see such spirit through the year. So that's all of the notes for the whole entire song. As you can tell, the A sections have the same exact notes. They just have different words. The B section is the only part that's really different from the rest of it. And most of that is just repeating just the G and the E flat back and forth. So you can totally do this. The track is nice and steady and slow for you, so you'll be able to pick all those up. But if that wasn't enough of a challenge for you, you're probably ready for level 2. So let's try going there right now.
Transitioning to level 2. This may be confusing to level 1 students, so please continue to practice the level 1 version, or visit learnpianolive.com/level2 for a detailed explanation on how to level up.
Okay, so here on level 2 is going to be the exact same notes as we had on level 1, except now we're like on the official lines and spaces of the treble clef. Couple things to point out in case you're in Clapple Academy and you're working on this stuff, and you want to know what all these lines and spaces and all the markings mean and stuff. This is in 3/4 time. So usually the track goes 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we start. This one is not going to do this. It's just going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and you're in, because each of these measures here have only 3 beats. And if you want more about that, then you can sign up for Clapple Academy. The first level is pretty easy. You'll be able to do the first level, and you'll learn a lot of this stuff in there. So this is 3/4 time. Don't worry about what the 4 means. We explained that in Clapple Academy, but the part that is really important is that 3. So the counting on this is going to go 1, 2, 3. Christmas time. Cool. The notes that have the little dots next to them are a little bit longer. The notes that have the bars on them are a little bit shorter. Bar is the same thing as a flag. So that's a flag right there. And a bar, the flag is just on a note that's like all on its own. So this is a single lonely 8th note, and these are 2 8th notes that teamed up together. So when you team up 2 8th notes together, they're 2 flags like join, and then they're barred 8ths. So those are the same kind of quick notes. And the ones that aren't filled in, like these guys right here, are going to be super long. So the not filled in ones are even longer. So these are all the exact same notes. And of course, since we're on level 2B, if you wanted to, then you could play all of the letters that are up at the top. So you could play a C up there in your left hand. So we would just play any old C. And I'm going to go ahead and zoom out here a little bit Let's try that one right there. So we can play a C down here while our right hand plays a B. And at first that sounds kind of terrible, but in context, it's actually gonna sound pretty good. It'd sound like this. That's where that kind of like sad, depressed feel comes from. Is that terrible sound right there, the C and the B together. So your left hand would just play the notes that are written up above, but the rest of it's going to be the exact same thing. And if you wanted like the official bass clef of the left hand, then that would be in level 3. So let's go check that out right now, because the rest of level 2 is exactly the same notes as level 1. So let's try level 3 right now.
Transitioning to level 3. This may be confusing to level 1 and 2 students. Please continue to practice your own level, or visit learnpianolive.com/level3 to understand how this level works.
And Mr. Mark is telling me in the chat that this 2020 is the first time that Charlie Brown Christmas will not be aired on broadcast TV. That's super sad. I wonder where you can stream it without paying for it. I don't know if that's a thing or not. Okay, so level 3. We need to go here. This is going to be actually the same exact thing that you would play on level 2B if you were adding in the left hand, but this is written out like officially. The level 2 thing where we like put the letters up above, that's kind of cheating. That's called a lead sheet. So this over here is like the official way that the pros would read it. So this bass clef sign right here just means that these are all going to be lower notes. But fortunately, in case you're new to the bass clef, I've written in the letter names for you. So you'd play a C right there lined up with Chris. And then a B flat lined up with here, and then a C lined up with hap, and then a B flat lined up with cheer. So then the way this would sound is something like this. If you're on level 1 or 2, you can go ahead and try playing along with me, but I'm gonna play all the left hand notes from level 3. So it sounds something like this. Taking it from the top, Christmas time is here. And then the next line is also a C and a B flat. Happiness and cheer. And then fun for all starts on an F sharp. Fun for all. And then this F is by itself because it's lined up with this rest right here. So that F just happens by itself. And then that children call their favorite time of year. And if you want to, you can spread out your hands a little bit so they don't run into each other as much. But if they do run into each other, there's nothing wrong with that. And also, if you play this a little bit softer, that's going to help. So if you like come at this song, I could play the exact same notes right there like this. That sounds terrible. But if I play it, it's just softer, slower, and smoother. That one, like, that sounds pretty cool to me. So it'll sound a lot better if you slow it down, smooth it out, and play it a little bit more gently. Then, of course, you play the same exact things. And then the B section would be like this. We got a lot of A flat and C sharp. So and you can play those anywhere that you want. Technically, they're written right here, A flat and C sharp like that. But I'd probably play mine down lower because I usually like the left hand to sound kind of super low down there. So we'd sound something like this. And then we're back to the A section, which is the same left hand and right hand. The only thing that changes on the A sections is the letter names. And if you want the chords that are listed either on level 4 or level 2 or level 4B or level 5, any of those chords are of course listed here on page 15 is where it's coming from now. And as you can see, there's a whole lot of chords we'll get into when we go to level 4. So in case that wasn't enough of a challenge for you and you were adding in your left hand already, let's try level 4. Here we go.
Transitioning to level 4. This may be unsettling to lower levels. Please continue to practice your own level or visit learnpianolive.com/4 for an in-depth explanation on how to conquer this level.
And from the chat, yes, to Lily Mae Pianist, this is a great one for the sustain pedal. You just got to make sure you don't hold it down for the whole entire thing. Usually kind of the rule of thumb for the pedal is whenever your left hand changes, then you're going to want to like lift up the pedal and then reset it. Otherwise, if you just hold the pedal down for the whole thing, and then it's going to sound like this. Like that's just too many notes all coming together at once. And I know Lily Mae Pianist, you know how to use the pedal properly. But yeah, in case this is your first time using the pedal and you want to try that, then just every time that you use a new left hand note, like right here, you'd lift up on the pedal and then press it back down. So you can try that. But this thing right here gets pretty crazy. So this is, it sounds really beautiful. So if you want to play the notes that are written here, that's going to be gorgeous. But I know a lot of you just steal the chords and make up your own version anyway. So you can do that. Just use the chords that are listed up at the top. The version that I gave you is just my suggestion for what you could do with the chords. So all of this left-hand stuff right here, like none of that's like the official right way. There's not like an official right way. The official right way is whatever way sounds good. So you can either use my suggestion or you could just rip out all of that stuff and make up your own version there, throwing in chords in the right hand and stuff like that. You can go to learnpianolive.com/level4 for more information about how to do that. But in the end, it would end up sounding something like this maybe? I don't know. This is one of the versions. And then the B section would be something like this. So I'm just stealing notes out of the chords that are listed there. So those are what you could do if you just like took those chord tones and stuff and stuck them in the right hand and stuck some of them in the left hand and stuff. So that's kind of the idea behind level 4. And then of course we have, as always, level 4B. So this is the song written in the key that they use in the actual real movie, which is the key of F, which means you have to watch out for B flats, and then all the notes and the chords and stuff have changed. And if that didn't make any sense to you, then you've got two options. One, forget it. It doesn't really matter. Just do the thing that's difficult for you. Or you could go to learnpianolive.com/level4B, and I will explain to you how to change keys and stuff like that. And that way you could play different notes, but it would still sound right. And then when you played it along with the movie, then it would sound like the same notes as they're playing. So same thing as level 4, but now you're playing in the official key that they play in. So that's all of the notes, all of the chords. We could, I guess, go to level 5 and see what this thing looks like in numbers, but I'm a little bit afraid. Let's find out.
Transitioning to level 5. This may be terrifying to lower levels. Please continue to practice your own level or visit learnpianolive.com/level5 for training on how to survive this level.
Okay, so this has got a lot of numbers and a lot of exceptions. So this is a great song to go to learnpianolive.com/level5 on because there's all kinds of exceptions everywhere. We've got a flat 7 chord right here. We've got a sharp 4 diminished chord right here, followed by a natural 4 chord, and then a flat 3 chord that's minor. So we got all that, and then we've got on top of that the flat 6 chord and the sharp 1 chord. Yeah, this one's kind of insane in the left hand. The right hand is no picnic either, honestly, just because of all the exceptions. So usually like level 5 is almost easier than level 1 in some ways, just following the numbers along. But in this case, you'll probably want to, unless you've done a lot of level 5 stuff before, you'll want to learn one of the other levels first. But let me show you what this would look like if we put the numbers on top. We'd be in the key of C. There we go. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And so if we played these numbers here, we could play 7, 5, 5, 3, 3, 7, 5, 5, 3, 3, and then 3, 1, 1, 7, 2, 7, 7, flat 7, 6, 1, 6, 1, 2. And that's kind of how it would go throughout the level 5 stuff there. But again, this is kind of a weird one to start on level 5 because there's so many exceptions. Level 5 is really super easy on the songs where there's no exceptions in the notes, but then it gets a little bit trickier when you got to watch out for a sharp 4 or a flat 7 or stuff like that. So I think that's all of the numbers, that's all the chords, that's all the notes, that's all of that. So let's find out who won today's raffle. All right, congratulations, Erica. Let us know what prize it is that you won. We got another great song lined up for next week, so join us then. Actually, if you're live with us today, next week is going to be the week of Thanksgiving, so it's going to be pre-recorded. We do have a brand new lesson that we pre-recorded for you. It's on the schedule, and then if you are in the archives, then make sure you go check out another great lesson and send us your videos. You can use the Flipgrid link. You can submit it through email, whatever it is that works for you. We just want to see what you're working on. Till next time, go explore, mess up, have fun, rock on.
Hey, great, you're still here, so you must want more. Well, I've got 4 things for you: archives, practice tips, points, and jokes. First of all, if you didn't like this week's song, I'm sorry, and you can always go to learnpianolive.com/next song and vote for what our next song should be. And right now you can go to the kids lesson archives and just pick a different song and work on that this week. Now you probably don't have the whole song down yet, so what you can do is, this helps a lot of people, just next time pretend that you're the in-studio student and that in level 3 and level 5 we're going to be checking in with you and you've got to play at least some of the songs. I find that my students that come in and they're the in-studio students, they actually learn the songs way faster than they learn their regular songs I give them in their regular lessons. So if you just pretend that you're the in-studio student and that someone's going to be watching you, then that might help a lot. Also, you have the practice log that you can send in for extra points, and that can help you practice. And there's the daily challenge where you get extra points for logging your practice time there as well. Just click on daily challenge and it will play a video that doesn't have any sound really. You just practice, and then every now and then you'll hear a sound like this.
The number 7.
And then once you collect all of the letters and numbers, then you just put them in and you submit that, and you get points for doing that, and you get better because in between all those letters and numbers, you're practicing your song from the week. Of course, once you know the song, then definitely record yourself on your mom's cell phone or on your tablet or on whatever, and use the video submission button, and so you can send us your video that way and get points for that as well. You might even become the featured video for the week. All right, so let's move on to points. Here's the different ways you can get points. You can get up to 50 points just for participating in the chat in the live lesson. You get 300 points on top of that if you are the person in the chat room that week who makes the most helpful comments during the chat. That daily music challenge thing that I told you about, every day when you click on that and you submit the secret code, 150 points just for doing that. Every song comes with a practice log, and if you fill that out and have your parents sign it and you send that in, that's worth 300 points right there. Each week on Facebook and in the email that we send you, we give you a new weekly activity. It's just a fun little maze or puzzle or something to do. Doesn't really have much to do with music, but it does have something to do with that week's song, and it has something to do with getting you 150 points. Then if you click on survey at the end of the lesson and you fill that out and give us some feedback about the song, then we've given out up to 500 points before for great comments and feedback in the survey. Of course, submit your videos of you playing. Almost every video that gets submitted earns at least 200 points, even if it's not perfect. I guess work on it a little bit, but I'm just saying it doesn't have to be perfect. Here's another one. Every single month at learnpianolive.com/contest, we have a contest and usually give out at least 400 points, and oftentimes there are other gift cards and other prizes included in that contest. Okay, now we're getting into some big numbers. If you ever go to a concert that is classical music or it's classic jazz, which means like swing and bebop and stuff like that, you can ask your parents if it's a classic jazz concert. Then you get 500 points just by having your parents let us know what concert you attended. Now I keep asking you to send us your videos, and almost always you get points right up front for submitting those videos. Don't forget to put the legal disclaimer on your video. You have to say at the beginning, this is for use at kidslearnpianolive.com. But here's an additional way to pick up 750 points. If later on, a month down the road, a year down the road, 5 years down the road, if one of the videos that you submit to us ever gets 1,000 views, send us the link to your video. We will give you 750 points. Okay, but is there anything that I could do that's worth thousands of points? Yes, there is. If you're in Clopple Academy, every time you go from level 1 to level 2, or level 2 to level 3, every single time you level up, you get 3,000 points. And that's not even the biggest one. You get 5,000 points every single time someone signs up for kidslearnpianolive.com and they say that you are the one who sent it here. Okay, last thing before I say goodbye, for real. I told you that I would tell you my favorite joke, and here it is. A butcher backs up into his meat grinder and gets a little behind in his work. Gets a little behind in his work because he's a butcher. It's funny. Trust me. It's awesome. If you didn't think it was funny, that's fine. But go to learnpianolive.com/jokes and you can see some of our students' favorite jokes, and you can submit your own. I think that's finally it. I will see you in another live lesson. Love ya. Good luck. Have fun.